of you have asked, Derek, why do you always, when you're indoors, you often seem to have a hoodie on and a hat on, and you're indoors. What's up with that? Well, you know, here's the deal. When it's cold out, as it is for much of the year here in space, I wake up in the morning to come to work, and I just don't feel like showering, washing my hair, bathing. I just don't have it in me that early in the morning. So on days that I come in early in the morning, I often don't do that stuff. So I throw on a hat, I throw on a hoodie. This is what I wore to bed last night, TMI, but it's the truth. You guys want to know? No, I'm an open book. I'll tell you how it is. I wake up, I roll out of bed, I brush my teeth, I throw this on, and I come to work to make reviews. Anyway, here we are. It's Monday. You know what that means. I'm in a bad mood and generally ill-tempered, but you know what? The show must go on. And over on ClassicGameRoom.com, the show is going on. The show never ends. It's the greatest show on earth. I've got a review of a Nintendo DS game that is just really weird. It's called Barnyard Blast, Swine of the Night. And I know what you're thinking already. You're like, oh, that sounds like some really lousy shovelware of some kind. And it kind of is, but it's kind of not, because it's like, it's a 2D, like, action platformer shooter type thing, only it's really inspired by like Castlevania. Watch the review to hear what I say about it. And you can watch that right now on ClassicGameRoom.com. And then tomorrow, I have another really weird review. This one's weird just because of the timing of it. I have a review of MLB 07, the show, for the PS2. I mean, like I said, sometimes you just don't ask questions. I'll tell you what it probably is I'm just really tired of the cold. And I'm a really big baseball fan, so I'm like really excited for baseball to finally be here and for it to be nice out. TJ will also have a review of a game called, do you like how I have to read off the screen? I can't even remember 2 games to tell you. Anyway, TJ has a review of a PC game called 7 Grand Steps. Anyway, let's answer some questions that you guys may have over at the Windsquid Pub, which is our forum at ClassicGameRoom.com. The first question we have for today comes from someone called Caruso Cartoon, and he wants to know, hey Derek, wondering if you're an avid Smash Brothers player and who your most anticipated character is for the new Smash Brothers game. That's a good question. So actually, a few years ago, I did a video feature on the 10 characters that I most wanted to see in the new Smash Brothers game, which is the one coming out now. And I actually, listen, I don't want to brag, I don't want to be a glory hog, but the fact of the matter is, I called a lot of the characters that have been announced as newcomers for the new Smash Brothers game back at that video feature like years ago. How about Mega Man, Rosalina, Little Mac, all in my feature that I said, these are the ones you're gonna see in the next Smash Brothers. So, listen, like I said, I'm not one for glory, I'm not one to, to hog the spotlight, but more than anything else, you have me to thank for a lot of these new characters. Not so much Nintendo, not so much common sense or, dwindling number of available characters and that's just how math works. No, you have me to thank. So you should go back and watch that video feature on my top 10 most wanted Smash Brothers characters to get the long answer. The short answer is, if there's one character that I would just love to see and finally appear in a Smash Brothers game, it's the Skull Kid from Majora's Mask. He is not only one of my favorite Nintendo villains, just one of my favorite Nintendo characters ever. Because, a lot of Nintendo characters, because the game's sort of pretty shallow in terms of story, they're more gameplay driven, as a result, the characters don't have a lot of character, so to speak. They're pretty, it's like good or evil, and it's pretty shallow. But man, the Skull Kid was actually a character that had character. I've said character way too many times in this, but you get the point, right? Like, there was a lot of substance to the Skull Kid, and he was interesting, and there was a story behind him, and he was also super creepy, and just an awesome villain. So, and kind of like, you sympathized with him too. Anyway, so the short answer is definitely the Skull Kid. You should watch my feature to see, my other, like, 6 other answers. Because yeah, I think 3 already came true, plus Skull Kid. Yeah, anyway, watch the feature. The short answer is Skull Kid. Come on, Nintendo. You've taken 3 of my ideas already. Might as well just take the Skull Kid. Our next question comes from Ristar Cowboy, who I'm pretty sure would rather you pronounce it Rystar Cowboy. Oh, that's funny. Actually, that is really funny. TJ and I were applauding that the other day. Well done, Rise Star Cowboy. Anyway, he wants to know what I think of the new Sonic designs for Sonic Boom for the Wii U. And in case you missed it, Sonic Boom is a new game coming to Wii U, and the Sonic characters have been tweaked a little bit in terms of their design. And for most of them, all they really did is like, they kind of put them in like a vice and just stretched them out a little bit, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Like, Sonic's longer. He also has a brown scarf now, because apparently, you know, he's a hipster, and he went to the library this morning. I don't know, whatever. He rides a bike around town. That's Sonic now, I guess. But the one that really sort of garnered some criticism is Knuckles. Knuckles is like 17 feet tall. It's like, here's Sonic and like all the other characters, and then Knuckles is like, he's massive. And I have no, and it's not even like that he's just tall. It's just really weird looking, and like he just looks like a mound of clay that just, I don't know. It's a horrible design. So that, I don't know, that probably answers your question. I'm not a big fan of the new designs. I liked when Sonic was that short little guy on the Genesis, you know? But then as time went on, they changed him, made him taller and like skinnier. Like Sonic's got like some sort of eating disorder or something, some sort of body dysmorphic problem. And that's not funny, that's sad. Sega, you should know better. That's horrible. It's no joking matter.